it's too much for me as a viewer. It's too much for Hope as a participant. And it's too much for Rick because he was wasted like that entire episode.
You are now watching the Binge Twins. If you're here, you should go down and click subscribe. If you're a Legacies fan, you should know the Binge Twins by now, and you should be subscribed. That's a fact.
There's a lot of videos to catch up on if you haven't seen our episode reactions, our reviews. We are tapped in. What I'm upset about is that I'm a legitimate fan of this show, and season 3 is not doing it.
It's not hitting yet.
I need to hear anybody just give me one valid, significant moment that happened in this episode. Leave a comment down below. Let me know if something really jumped out at you. It just felt like us diving into Hope's psyche to convince her that Landon is dead and get her to move on? For what?
Which he's not even dead.
So now we have to watch Hope lose it and continue to unravel, and we still think Dark Hope is on the horizon here. But now we have to watch Hope unravel and get all emotionally angsty and stuff and lose control of her powers potentially over a dude that we know is not dead, but now she's gonna try to mourn.
Follow us on Twitter. We're at Binge Twins TV. We live tweet the episodes every Thursday night. Now, I have a prediction. My theory, and I tweeted this, is that I feel like Malivore really enjoyed that time he had being Landon, and I think he's about to take that opportunity and try to convince Landon to be his somewhat permanent vessel, and Landon will come back as a villain. And I think that little experience for Hope might turn into some foreshadowing where she has to choose between trying to save Landon from being a villain or saving her friends. Tell me what you think about that theory, because again, Landon is clearly not dead. They're bringing him back for something, but it's just like, why are we going through this cycle each and every time?
This has just become a tangled web of attempts to incorporate these other characters who, quite frankly, just aren't as important, nearly as powerful as we know. I also saw on Twitter that Hope's safe word to get out of the therapy box in Latin in real life means mourning. And that's interesting to me because this season really seems to just be focusing on losing people and mourning dead people, fighting for your lives and losing. I mean, the Super Squad has a pretty losing record at this point. And for some reason, y'all are still renting pool houses and throwing parties and DJing. Someone make it make sense for me. They think they defeated the necromancer, so there was a moment where they felt like they had success, but like, y'all don't get success. Like, you're in a supernatural school. There's always something popping off. The whole focus is on Landon, and it's gonna continue to be about Landon. That's the problem. If you're just gonna keep them together, just keep them together. Don't kill him off and bring him back and then it's too much for me as a viewer. It's too much for Hope as a participant, and it's too much for Rick because he was wasted like that entire episode. And you know what? Cut out losing the memories and going into the pit, and now nobody remembers Hope again, because I'm like, we have to go through this again. The magical artifacts. If I hear about one more Ascendant or Tesseract or whatever they want to call it, like, I'm through with all. I can't keep up with how many. Every time I see a lamp or a lantern, I think one of these might be like,
where is Dorian? We've been trying to figure things out for episodes without the #1 book reader. He's got all the knowledge. That's why y'all ain't getting stuff done and figuring stuff out, because Dorian ain't around to look it up.
They need some more bookworms, because clearly these young vampires and witches and werewolves just won't cut it.
Caleb's too busy being Kirk Franklin. MG, Alyssa Chang cheated on him. One episode. It took one episode.
I like to tweet on Twitter that I really stand by, and it just pointed out how little significance Caleb had in that episode, because my thing is, like, those 2 little scenes that he had were completely worthless. We haven't learned anything. They started giving us a little bit about his family and backstory, but that was just gone. They had a little 4th of July barbecue, and now, you know, Caleb's family's out of the picture now. That's all we needed them for. MG and Caleb, I need to see a little bit more. Like, if you want us to invest in these other characters, you're gonna have to give me some more action involved with them.
Otherwise, just give us 24/7 non-stop Hope. Action, vampires, villains,
spells,
family, trauma and enemies and history.
Right. The side storylines that they try to make happen for these other characters are always too much of the teenage drama stuff, and I get it. CW, target audience, you gotta throw that in.
Listen, we get it.
But it's just about balance. You know, life is about balance. If you're gonna have MG's whole storyline be about a crazy, you know, girl and a cute blonde girl, at least throw like a monster or two. It like just give me something else, because we are supposed to be dealing with supernatural beings at the end of the day.
One of the most powerful female characters on television. This is your Khaleesi. This is what we're dealing with right here. And Khaleesi ain't running around trying to find some little Landon Kirby out there. Like, come on now.
Because even when Khaleesi bagged Jon Snow, she still knew who the reigning queen was and never got it twisted. I'm not happy with where this is at right now. We do get a little break from Legacies. Sorry that we won't have any new episode reviews and reactions coming up. But, you know, maybe we all need to take a step back and take a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
It'll be back on March 11th, and maybe at that point, that's when the season's gonna really start moving forward and just charging ahead with some more fire. Because right now, it's very lukewarm. You know, Josie's starting her whole bachelorette life at Mystic Falls High. She's already got 2 prospects on her first day.
On the line.
Lord.
Josie Saltzman, she ain't never had no problem.
She never had a problem.
She never had a problem. Never. Josie put that face on and that little, that little.
Now she got a cute little custom outfit that her sister made her.
Got them lined up, ready for her. The quarterback and his sister's ex. Josie Saltzman. Put some respect on her name.
No, Josie's up to bat.
You'll get in a point where in the season, especially on network shows, where you have some filler episodes and you have some just things have to kind of settle down and then develop. And then when we get to that point in the season, we'll see, okay, like here's where things will pick up again. We need to finish this Malivore, Landon, Hope, like it needs to end in its own way.
It was so obvious too that killer in Hope's kind of therapy made up world, that the killer was Landon. You know, when you get that predictable, it just gets to be redundant, really. I want suspense. I want action. This better be building up to some kind of crazy reveal moment. I don't know. But comment down below and let us know what you guys think is going on with Landon. Where do you think he is? How do you think they're going to bring him back? What do you think about Hope and Landon moving forward? What's ironic is that the issue that Hope is now dealing with is the fact that she gives too much attention to Landon and too much time.
Right.
She drops everything and makes everything about Landon.
Right.
That's what the show is doing too. Like, Hope needs to talk to the executive producers, because y'all got the same issues right now. You're focusing too much on Landon.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly it's not healthy. In the therapy box, it got all of her friends killed.
Landon is also her first love. Like, she's a teenager, and this was literally the first guy she's fallen in love with. So we'll give you that hope. You gotta move on.
You gotta move on.
You gotta move on.
You gotta move on.
I'll tell you who would have found Landon. Raphael.
That's right. Now you bring him back to the prison world, he'll sniff him out in 2 minutes.
We went, Land?
Land, come on, Land. You and me. Just the 2 of us, Land. Let's get back.
Let's go run, I run. Just us, Land, like always. Yeah, leave your comments down below on Legacies so far this season. We have a little break, so subscribe to the channel, go down, click subscribe, stay here, be here with the Binge Twins.
And in the meantime, during the break, just catch up on all of the other Legacies videos. Episodes 1 through 4 are up on the channel. Get into the comments, start conversations. Let's figure out what we need to do to bring glory back to the Tri-Brid.
We have a powerful being on our hands, and we're acting like she's Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Right. Y'all don't even really bang with Landon like that, because y'all don't even be kicking it with him. Because he stays with Hope. Y'all couldn't even tell me when.
Hope. They only trying to get him because it's going to help. Because
none of them could tell me when his birthday is, what his favorite show is, what he's been binging. They don't know nothing about Landon. Hope need to take his behind back to that bus station and just leave him there.